Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers finally won a basketball game after their very, very, very uncomfortable losing streak that they had to losing to teams like New York. That was a terrible loss to the Knicks. Then they turned around and had another bad loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers without Kevin Love, without Larry Nance Jr. I mean, as a Laker fan, I'm just like, those are ugly losses to have. They finally bounced back a couple nights ago and got a win against a very bad Chicago Bulls team. Had they lost that game, you might would have had to fire Luke Walton that night. All right, as I scroll this picture down, you can see LeBron's watching the game from the sideline. It look like he's drinking something. And he's watching Lonzo Ball about to throw up a jumper that he did make, by the way. And he's watching his Los Angeles Lakers team closely. I believe that win against the Chicago Bulls was an important one, right? To me, guys like Lonzo Ball, who had a good night against the Bulls, he's proven to a lot of teams like the Pelicans maybe that, yo, I can be a good player in this league, but against very, very bad teams. He's showing like I can get my stats off, but I'm not going to do it against good teams right now in this league or disciplined teams. But if you throw me against one of the bottom feeders of the league, I can get off and I can have good nights. I can go for 18 points or 8 rebounds or 8 assists. I can do that night in and night out. I just can't do it against the league's best. And I'm young. I'm only in my second, third year. I think that's what Lonzo and Brandon Ingram are trying to prove to that Lakers management. But here's the thing. I got two concerns. Number one, you don't have that type of time when you got a guy like LeBron James. His window is the next 2 or 3 years. I believe realistically, LeBron can compete at the level that he's at this year, the next year, and maybe the year after that. But I think it's going to be, at that point, we'll see a decline in LeBron 2021, whatever, 2020, 2021. But in regards to that, I'm concerned about the time frame that they have to win with a LeBron-led team. I'm also concerned that guys like Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram, they might get passed by, right? Like, what if the league never falls off and allows guys like Lonzo and Brandon Ingram to be great in this league? What if guys like Luka Doncic just pass by Lonzo? To me, he's already a better player than Lonzo. What if guys like Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett, who are going to be top 3 picks, they come into the league next year and they just blow past guys like Lonzo from a maturity standpoint, their game, the growth? Like, what if they just blow past a guy like Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram? What if other guys like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and Ben Simmons, they never stop growing and they just go, like, literally blow past? Because to me, Jason Tatum is head and shoulders better than Brandon Ingram right now. Donovan Mitchell, head and shoulders better than Brandon Ingram right now. Ben Simmons, head and shoulders better than Brandon Ingram right now. What if they never come back and they just keep improving, and Brandon Ingram and guys like Lonzo Ball never get a chance to prove that they're really good in this league? I think that's what Lonzo and Brandon Ingram need to be concerned. I'm happy that they got the win against the Bulls. Don't get me wrong, but I almost think Lonzo and Brandon Ingram are pretty much betting on the fact that the league is going to somehow, some way, KD is going to retire, Steph's going to retire, and the league is going to come back to them. But my point is, some of these young bulls around the league, they don't look like they're slowing down. They look hungrier than ever, because you still got to worry about guys like Damian Lillard, who's going to want rings sooner than later. Anthony Davis, who's going to want rings sooner or later. Kyrie's still only 26, right? So there's a lot going on. And if I'm Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, they need to get to that next level soon, maybe in the Lakers uniform or maybe not, because time is not on their side in regards to being a talent that's valuable enough to compete for championships, and that's probably why they're going to get traded this summer. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Telefair. Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Shout out to Mr. Telefair.
You're watching Mr. Telefair TV.
Mr. Telefair TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.